BSG premiered a video today on their YouTube channel, something they don't do very often. This video was a teaser / reveal for Arena, the single biggest and most impactful thing I think BSG has ever tried for Tarkov. This is going to be more impactful than Inertia or Advanced Movement, and bigger than Streets, the Flea Market, or even my beloved Hideout. Arena not only has the potential to completely change the way every current Tarkov player plays the game, but it also could bring tons of players into the game that would never have touched it with a 10-foot pole before. Arena could push Tarkov into the same sphere as CSGO, Valorant, Overwatch, or any of the other titles that are in that heavy competitive game mode. So how can I make these absolutely ridiculous claims? Let's explain what Arena is first, for those of you that aren't 100% up to par. For BSG, Arena started as a standalone project separate from the main game of Tarkov. It's going to take all the hardcore mechanics of the hardcore shooter that is Tarkov and put them into a session-based arena mode. It's going to feature various different PvP and PvE game modes, have its own rating system, weapon and gear unlocks, and other unique features completely separate from the main game of Tarkov. Though it's been hinted that there may be some crossover between the two separate accounts if you have both of them. It's going to be gladiatorial style combat in various arenas scattered around Tarkov. These arenas are hosted by the arena masters and led by the mysterious host. Now, there are a few things that we have confirmed for Arena. First, it's going to work just like Tarkov. Same kind of mechanics as far as movement, shooting, healing, armor and penetration and gun attachments and all that kind of stuff. But it's still going to be a completely separate game. Like, if you don't have EFT, you can just get the Arena, buy that, and play the Arena and never touch the rest of Tarkov. Now, it's going to be free if you have EOD. If you've already bought EOD, you're going to get the Arena for free. If you don't have EOD, you're going to have to pay for it. Now, Nikita didn't say any specific prices, but he said it wasn't going to be expensive. My guess, somewhere between 10 and 20 bucks, but keep in mind, that is my guess. And then on top of that, the target date for closed testing is going to be before autumn or September. Nikita has also talked about on various podcasts, it's not down on paper, so I wouldn't say it's 100% confirmed, but Nikita's talked about how it's going to be on higher tick rate servers. Things are still going to be fully lootable, so you can lose and gain gear in the raid somehow, and that there may be some bonuses that'll cross over with your regular account. But these all sound like things that still kind of need to be fleshed out and haven't totally been decided on yet. But all of these are the elements that are going to change Tarkov forever. The Arena is going to provide a playground for players that are either tired or do not like many of the other aspects of Tarkov that are not combat related. It's going to be a very fast-paced, PvP-centric type of gameplay that focuses primarily on shooting and killing versus, looting or your hideout, tasks, things like that. So, for those of you that are familiar with the game, this is going to be labs on steroids in a way. It's going to attract the players who focus primarily on PvP, which in the long run means you're going to run into less of them in raids where you're trying to do tasks. So while there might not be necessarily less players in the raid, instead of having a whole squad of 4 guys who run at every gunshot they hear because they don't care about survival, they're just there to fight, those guys are going to be on Arena and not on Customs late wipe when you're just trying to kill scavs for Jaeger. On top of this, it's going to provide a fantastic place for everyday players to get better and hone and practice their PvP skills, which in my opinion is arguably one of the most difficult hurdles in Tarkov to overcome. It's going to make engagements with players in Tarkov that much more challenging and interesting because there's going to be fewer quote unquote timmies running around that have no idea what's going on because they're at least going to be able to go to practice their skills in Arena. Being able to hone skills like peeking, just general aiming on Tarkov, which is a little bit different, movement, and many of the other PvP mechanics, and being able to do that in a consistent and more stable environment than what is arguably incredible chaos of a regular raid of Tarkov means that players are going to just get better. And in turn, this is going to level off what is essentially a learning cliff for Tarkov. It's also going to provide a great outlet for folks that are having bad raids or have found the game stale because it's towards the end of wipe. Are you stuck on your 4th attempt trying to get out of Shoreline to get some random item out of Resort and you just can't do it because you keep getting killed? You can go over to Arena, still play the game, and not face the frustration that tasks can provide. Or are you a player, like a lot of players are as of filming this video, waiting on wipe because the game doesn't have anything else to offer? You've got Kappa or you've got max traders, and all there is to do is run around in Customs and shoot players. This variation provides an ease to many of those problems. As we all know, the game changes a great deal from early wipe to late wipe and how it plays. And if they provide proper incentives through Arena, it'll entirely change that. It's going to keep Tarkov more relevant in people's minds for much longer, And we'll see this lessening of a drop off after the first couple of months of the player base, where anywhere from, I don't know the actual numbers, but anywhere from half to 75% of people quit playing Tarkov until the next wipe. To expand on this, Arena isn't just going to be PvP, there is PvE as well. Nikita has mentioned things like all of your buddies going in and fighting Gluhar, or all of the scav bosses. And this strikes me as sort of a zombies mode for Call of Duty, if you will. Want to go take on Gluhar with 4 of your friends and all you have is 1911s? Here you go. Try to beat Sanitar to death with a shovel? Here's a chance to do it. This game mode is going to provide so many different things that it's going to really push the limits of what Tarkov can do. Then throw in the potential of leaderboards, challenges, and other stuff like that, tournaments. This is going to add a ton of new experiences to Tarkov, and not just bring new players, but bring tons of old players that maybe haven't touched the game in years back. And after all of this, there's still more. Arena is going to have its own lore. There's obviously some kind of lore structure around this. Nikita has mentioned that it's directly tied somehow to the main storyline quest. And for folks like me that love lore, that's just an extra little thread to tug on and look at and learn more about and enjoy the experience we all have with this very special game. Now, a huge concern I've read about, I've seen people talk about, is they're worried that this might divide the player base or split it up and both game modes end up being dead. I don't think that's going to be the case at all. I think you're going to have so many people show up for this game mode that it's probably going to be more popular than the original game. And with that, you'll have players that filter from that game mode over to the traditional Tarkov, if you will, and just grow the player base that much more. Now, with closed testing only months away, we're very quickly going to get a better idea of what this is going to bring and how it's going to affect the game. And I, for one, can't wait. I'm super excited for it. This is super cool and super exciting to see what's coming. And perhaps, if we're lucky, this will make the whole discussion of when's wipe obsolete. Not because wipes have gone away, but because people won't need them to make the game interesting anymore.